Whenever you're shopping online, have you ever actually stopped to think about what happens in those few seconds right after you click buy? It just feels like magic, right? But behind that one little click, there's this incredibly fast, super complex dance of data and security happening. So today, we're going to pull back that curtain and see exactly where the money goes.
It seems so simple, doesn't it? You find the thing you want, you type in your numbers, and boom, confirmation page. But that simple little action kicks off this high-stakes, super secure chain of events that literally circles the globe in a couple of seconds. So, come on, let's follow the data and see where it goes.
All right, let's picture this. You're online and you've just found it, the video game you've been waiting for. You toss it in your cart, you get that little rush of excitement, and you head straight for the checkout. This right here, this is where our whole journey kicks off. So you land on the checkout page and you see the usual suspects: credit card, debit card, maybe something like PayPal or Apple Pay. You pick your weapon of choice, you fill in all the little boxes, you take a deep breath, and you click that final button. And that's when the real action begins. Okay, so the very first player that steps onto the field the second you click buy is something called a payment gateway. You can think of it like the website's digital bouncer. It's the first and honestly one of the most important guardians of your private information. So what is a payment gateway, really? Well, the easiest way to think of it is like a super specialized, highly secure personal assistant. Its one and only job is to grab your payment details, lock them down tight, and get them ready for the next step of the journey. It's really the frontline operator in this whole thing. But before it even thinks about sending your info anywhere, the gateway does a few really quick but really important checks, like, is the card number actually in the right format? Is the expiration date still valid? Does the CVV number match? It might even do a quick address check. This is basically the first line of defense against just simple typos or even some basic fraud. Now you're probably thinking, hold on, is it actually safe to be sending my credit card number all over the internet? And the answer is a huge resounding yes. And that's because the gateway uses two incredibly powerful security tricks that work together like an invisible shield for your data. First up, you've got encryption. The second you hit confirm, all your card details get scrambled into a secret code that's totally unreadable. This is what protects your data while it's in motion, flying from the internet from your computer to the gateway. If a hacker somehow grabbed it, all they'd see is complete nonsense. The second layer, which is honestly kind of brilliant, is called tokenization. This protects your data when it's just sitting there at rest. So if the website wants to save your card for next time, instead of storing your actual 16-digit number, the system swaps it out for a totally unique, randomly generated placeholder called a token. Your real number, it gets locked away in a secure digital vault and is never directly touched again. So here's why this two-part defense is so tough to beat. Encryption is like sending your card details in a locked steel box. Tokenization is like replacing your card with a useless plastic chip. So even if a hacker broke into a company's database and stole all those tokens, they're completely worthless. They can't be used for anything because the actual valuable credit card number was never even there to begin with. Okay, so our gateway has done its job perfectly. It's checked your info and locked it down. But, and this is a really important but, the gateway's job is all about data security, not money. It has absolutely no idea if you actually have enough money in your account. For that, it has to pass the baton to our next major player, the payment processor. The payment processor is the real financial muscle in this operation. This is the one that knows how to talk to all the banks. It takes that secure info from the gateway, and it's the one that actually communicates with the banking system to ask that all-important question. Hey, does this person have the cash or credit to buy this? Yeah, and this slide just lays it out so clearly. The gateway is like a digital traffic cop. Its job is to safely and securely manage the flow of your information. The processor, on the other hand, is like the armored truck. It's the one that actually deals with the banks and moves the money. Two totally different specialists for two totally different and very important jobs. So how in the world does one payment processor talk to thousands of different banks all over the planet, all using their own weird systems? Well, it doesn't do it by itself. It taps into these huge, established networks that you've definitely heard of. Let's talk about the payment networks. This is something that trips a lot of people up. Companies like Visa and MasterCard, they're not actually banks, and they're not the ones moving your money around. Just think of them as the global telephone system for banks. They provide the network, the rules of the road that lets all the banks speak the same language. It's how your bank in, say, Ohio, can talk instantly and securely with a merchant's bank in Tokyo. All right, so we've met all the players on the team. We've got the gateway, the processor, the networks, and of course the banks. Each one has a very specific job to do. So now, let's put it all together and watch the entire race, from the starting gun all the way to the finish line. Okay, let's follow the signal lightning fast. 1. You hit buy. 2. The gateway grabs and secures your data. 3. The processor takes that secure data and pings the network, like Visa. 4. Visa instantly finds your bank and asks for an OK. Your bank checks your account, gives a simple thumbs up or thumbs down. And 5. That one-word answer zips all the way back down the exact same path, and in less than 2 seconds, payment successful pops up on your screen. Amazing. Now, you might be sitting there thinking, okay, that's cool, but what about companies like Stripe or PayPal? Where did they fit in? Well, this quote right here really nails it. Even though the gateway and the processor are 2 different jobs, they're not always done by 2 different companies. And that's really the secret sauce for so much of the modern internet. Companies like Stripe and PayPal are masters of bundling it all together. They offer businesses one simple package that handles both the secure gateway part and the complex processor part. They basically manage the entire relay race for the seller, which is why for us, it just feels like one seamless, instant transaction. So there you have it. What feels like just a simple click is actually this incredible secure dance between all these specialized players, all designed for speed and for safety. And now that you kind of know the building blocks, it brings up a really fun question. If you were going to build a brand new payment system today, from scratch, what would you do differently? What do you think comes next after that simple click?